All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. It's time for another network marketing tip, and I'm going to share with you something really simple that'll help you increase your productivity, and at the same time, it will decrease all of your stress and all of your frustration. And because this profession, it's really easy to feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels, like you're working your tail off and you're not getting anything done. And this tip will assist you with that. Now, before I get into the content, if you're getting value from my blog, from my videos, and from my channel, then I invite you to do something super simple, super easy. I invite you to like, subscribe, share, or comment. It is a very easy way, and it's a simple way for you to support my blog and to support my channel and to do so for free. So what is this tip? And the tip is essentially this, is actually, well, let's kind of lay this out, is that when you're working with some prospects here, you're going to get a sense of how interested they are. And if you don't know how interested they are, a lot of network marketers, a lot of salesmen, or a lot of sales individuals, they actually ask, what their interest level is between, 1 and 10, 1 being not interested at all, and 10 being I'm ready to buy or I'm ready to get started. And a lot of people, they're going to see the information and it's not going to be for them. And they're going to be easy to kind of sort out. They might be 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, or 5s. And you think, well, you know what? You don't want to spend too much time with that. And your company or your upline has probably instructed you to tell you, you know what? Don't spend time with people that aren't interested. What? 1s to 5s, and definitely make sure to spend some time with the 8s, 9s, and 10s, because those are the people that are more likely to buy and more likely to join. And then you got this middle ground of the 6s and the 7s. Now, the thing about 6s and 7s is that they will often be the type of person that is a no, but they don't want to tell you a no. All right, they don't want to hurt your feelings. There's a saying, they would rather waste your time than hurt your feelings. And they'll be thinking, well, they want to think about it. They want to ask their spouse. They want to look at their finances. They don't want to tell you no, even though they do want to say no. All right. The answer is no, but it breaks their heart just to tell them that. And those are the 6s and the 7s. And if someone tells you they're a 6 or a 7, I'm not telling you to dismiss them, but I am telling you is to spend less time with them. And these might even be the 8s, the 6, 7s, and the 8s. Spend less time with them. Drip on them on an occasional basis, call them on an occasional basis, but this is not someone that you need to be setting the next meeting up with. It's someone that you kind of say, you know what, sounds like the timing isn't right for you. If you'd like, I can keep you informed. And a lot of times, because they don't want to hurt your feelings, they're going to say, oh yeah, keep me informed. And sometimes these 6s and the 7s, you know what, whether it's a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, or a year later, they end up joining because you weren't too pushy and the timing was finally right. And that is essentially the biggest tip, is spend less time with the 6s and 7s. A lot of times network marketers, they're so excited that they got someone that's marginally interested that they think, oh man, I can turn this 6 or 7 into an 8, 9, or 10 and they can join or they can buy. And here's the thing, is that we all know is that if you convince someone to join, you're going to have to convince them to work. If you get a 6 or a 7 onto your team, most of the time, they're just going to end up quitting within the first 30, 60, or 90 days. There are going to be some exceptions. But essentially, those 6s and 7s, while they're awesome people, the timing just isn't right. Now, there might be a situation where they might agree to be a customer, and then they love the product so much that they want to keep buying. And then eventually, after they buy it, 2, 3, 4 months, you might say, hey, listen, you're buying this, on a regular basis. Do you want to see how to get this for free, or do you want to see how to make some extra money doing so? And sometimes they'll say yes, sometimes they won't. And if they won't, let them go. Keep them as a customer, but let them go, because if you push them to do the business, you will push them away from being your customer. Just because they like your product doesn't mean they're going to sell it. And the same goes with, a lot of products that you buy. I mean, do you love your iPhone? Do you love your laptop? Do you love your tablet? Do you love your car? Are certain things that you buy? Do you love your Starbucks coffee? Whatever it is, right? Everyone has their different things that they love. but they don't sell them. I mean, do you sell Starbucks if you love Starbucks? Do you sell iPhones? Do you work for Apple or Mac? Right? Do you want to become a car salesman? If if you're like a gearhead and you love cars, or if you love pickup trucks, do you want to become a salesman for that? The answer is probably no. And so just because they love your product doesn't mean they're going to want to sell it. I mean, there's a part of us as network marketers that are thinking, of course they're going to want to sell it. If they love our product or they love our product, or if they love our service, of course they're going to want to tell their friends and family. Of course they're going to want to make money doing so. And that simply isn't the case. There's some people that are very happy just purchasing the product, and that's it. They'll buy it and they'll be customers for you for months and months and months and months. And you can give them value and you will get paid for that. All right. And so that's something to really, really think about, because if you push them, they won't become your customer anymore. And so, again, that tip is stop spending time. It's not stop spending time. Spend less time with the 6s and the 7s and maybe even those 8s, and focus more of your time on the 9s and the 10s. And that's just the big issue, is because if you don't have 9s or 10s in your pipeline, you don't want to let those 6s, 7s, and 8s go. You think, well, I don't want to get a no off of them. So, my goodness, you spend some time with them, you coddle them, you try and convince them, and you end up getting more frustrated. You get up being more stressful. And the best way to get rid of that is to stop spending time with these 6s or 7s or 8s and spend that time prospecting. Spend that time looking for people who are interested, because the people that are interested, they're more likely going to join, and those that are going to join, they're more likely going to work. If they're 9s and 10s, they're hungry, they're willing to work, they love your product, they're excited to tell people, and they're good to go. All right, those 6s and 7s, even if you end up recruiting them, even if you end up convincing them to buy, a lot of time they're going to take up even more time. All right. And they're not going to do any work. They're just going to end up quitting. And it's just going to be such a stressful situation and a frustrating situation for you. So I sense, or I hope, or I shouldn't say I hope, I trust that you got some value out of this particular tip. And it's a tip that a lot of people, they just haven't heard before. These 6s and 7s, they're wonderful people, but you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your business to spend less time with them. And that time that you would spend with them, spend it prospecting. Spend it with either the 9s and the 10s, or spend it looking for those 9s and 10s. And again, I'm not saying that you need to dismiss these 6s and 7s. I'm just saying spend less time with them. Call them maybe once a month, or reach out to them once, every couple weeks, but that is it. All right. So I trust you got some great value out of this. If you want to see more videos like this, go over to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You could even put your name and email in. You're going to get an awesome audio on growing your business. Now, remember this: every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. And we only got to do 2 things about that. We got to recognize those miracles. And then, of course, my favorite part, we get to accept those miracles. All right. Take care and create a great day.